Women's team looked to bounce back against defending champions Australia in the Women's World Cup after the narrow loss to South Africa. India men's team in cruise control against West Indies in the second test match at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in New Delhi. Yashasvi Jaiswal and Shubman Gill score hundreds, and sprint legend Carl Lewis lights up the New Delhi ahead of the Vedanta Delhi Half Marathon, inspiring thousands with message on the power of sports and his strong views on Usain Bolt's unbreakable world records. And in football, Cristiano Ronaldo reaches yet another milestone, becoming the first ever footballer to join the billionaire club. All this and more coming up right here on Match Point on DD India. So let's get started. The action in the ICC Women's World Cup 2025 continues to heat up as the host India take on Australia in the Visakhapatnam on Sunday. Led by Harmanpreet Kaur, India will be eager to bounce back after suffering their first loss of the campaign against South Africa. Despite that setback, women in blue remain in a solid position, sitting third in the points table with 2 wins from 3 matches. More in the sport by Deepti.
Yet another thrilling weekend is here with a lot of cricketing action as the Indian women are all set to take on the mighty Australian side at the ongoing ICC Women's Cricket World Cup. The league stage match will take place at the ACA VDCA Stadium in Visakhapatnam, where Team India recently faced South Africa. In this particular tournament, Team India comes at the back of 2 victories, one against Sri Lanka and the other against Pakistan. However, Team India lost to South Africa in their third league stage encounter. On the other hand, Australia have registered heavy victories against New Zealand and Pakistan and a washout against Sri Lanka. The head-to-head favours the Australians in the ODI format, where Australia won 48 matches out of 59. However, before their World Cup outing, Team India beat Australia in the second ODI at New Chandigarh. Kranti Gaur took crucial wickets in the winning match of the second ODI between India and Australia. Not only this, Smriti Mandhana hit 2 consecutive centuries as well in the recently concluded ODI series against the Aussies.
हम लोग भी एकदम पॉजिटिव माइंडसेट से जा रहे हैं और हम लोगों ने पास्ट में भी उन लोगों के साथ मैचेस खेले हैं और उनको हराया भी है, तो मतलब कोशिश यही रहेगी कि हम लोग अपना बेस्ट दें. वी हैव बीन प्लानिंग रियली वेल और सब लोग क्लियर हैं अपने माइंड में और क्या करना है सबको क्लैरिटी है. हमने ऑस्ट्रेलिया का स्टाइल बहुत टाइम से देखा है कि वो एग्रेसिव ही आते हैं, बट ऑन द अदर हैंड हमारे प्लान्स भी बहुत ज़्यादा क्लियर हैं और जो भी हम लोग मीटिंग्स में बात कर रहे हैं, हम लोगों ने डिस्कशंस किए हैं, कुछ प्लानिंग्स करी हैं एंड लेट्स होप कि हम लोग पॉजिटिव स्टार्ट दें.
Talking about the pitch report, this is the same surface where India faced South Africa. The pitch surface at the ACA VDCA Stadium in Visakhapatnam is expected to be flat and dry, with conditions getting better for batting as the game progresses. The match becomes even more crucial because India from here needs to win at least 3 matches for strong chances to secure a semis spot.
Team India is now all set to play its 4th encounter of the ongoing ICC Women's Cricket World Cup in the league stage group match. And here, as we know, that Australia is the 7-time World Cup winner, but Team India is also no less. In the recently concluded ODI series, Team India recorded the historic victory against the Aussies, beating them by 102 runs in New Chandigarh. Now, that was the same series in which Smriti Mandhana also hit 2 consecutive centuries and Kranti Gaur took very crucial wickets. Now, let's see how Team Australia is going to perform against Team India at the ACA VDCA International Cricket Stadium, where Team DD India is currently present, and we'll get you all the latest and live reports from here. With camera person Ashish, this is Deepika reporting for DD India from Vizag.
So it's an important match for the Team India. We can say that here a win is very crucial for Team India. Now let's take a look some important stats from the Indian camp. Talking about the first, Smriti Mandhana in 111 matches, she scored 4,942 runs at an average of 47.06, strike rate 89.61, and scored 1,322 half centuries. Nice figures for her. And Harmanpreet Kaur in 155 matches, she scored 4,198 runs at an average of 36.82 and strike rate 76.24, and she has scored 700s for Team India with 20 half century. Richa Ghosh in 46 matches, she scored 1,041 runs at an average of 29.74, and strike rate is fantastic, 101.16. So fantastic performance. We can say the Richa Ghosh stats were great. And Kranti Gaud, if you take a look, her stats: 10 matches, 20 wickets, economy is 5.30, and best figures 5 for 52, average 20.85. So her performance will be crucial in today's match, how she performs, how she tackles the Aussies batters. And Sneh Rana in 41 matches, she has taken 56 wickets, and economically she is quite good, 4.68. Her best figures are 5 for 43, and average is 28.21, because a lot will depend on our bowlers today, how they restrict the Aussies batters in this crucial match, because Australia, we know, the mighty of this format of the game, a 7-time world champion. So now let's take a look at the figures of the Australian team. Alyssa Healy, in 120 matches, she has scored 3,303 runs at an average of 35.05. The strike rate, great, 97.89, and she has scored 5 centuries and 18 half centuries for her country. Now the Ashleigh Gardner, if we talk her numbers: 82 matches, 1,442 runs at an average of 30.04, strike rate 101.74. We can say the stupendous strike rate will play a crucial role today in this crucial match. And Alyssa Perrin, 160 matches, 4,367 runs at an average of 48.52, and strike rate is 78.34. And talking about the number of hundreds, she scored 336 half centuries for Australia. Kim Garth, 60 matches, and she has taken 62 wickets, and the economy is 4.17. Best figures 4 for 11, and average 20.08. Now Megan Shutt, in 103 matches, 142 wickets, and economy 4.26, and her best bowling figures 5 for 19, and average is 23.53. So if you take a look at the stat, Australian cricketers, Australian batters quite have an edge in this match. Now, after winning the, we can see the fantastic performance by Australia so far, but Deepika is joining us from Visakhapatnam. Deepika, the way we can say that after back-to-back win for the Team India, what really went wrong for the Team India in the match against South Africa? They were on the winning run. Suddenly it was anybody's match. India somehow failed to win that match.
And interestingly, Narayan, that match against South Africa was at the very same pitch where India is going to take on Australia, which is the ACA VDCA Stadium here in Visakhapatnam, Vizag. When we talk about that match that was against Team South Africa, that was anybody's game, and India was about to win. Almost they won the match. There, what was exposed as the weakness of Team India was somewhere the need to add the 6th bowler to the playing 11. And now, when we ask the same question to Sneh Rana as well ahead of tomorrow's match, in the pre-match press conference, she said that the team is working upon it, the management is working upon it, and Radha Yadav could also be considered as one of the factors. She can also be brought in for tomorrow's match, which is a very crucial encounter against Australia, not only because of the fact that Australia are the 7-time World Cup winners, but also because of the fact that Team Australia is a very mighty side, is a very aggressive side, and they have won all their matches in this Cricket World Cup league stage matches, out of which one was just a wash out. And not only this, going ahead, if India have to secure a very strong spot in the semi-finals, they have to win tomorrow's match in order to avoid over-dependence or under-dependence on other teams' permutations and combinations. Now, talking about the playing 11 and the lineup, the batting lineup and the bowling lineup, the entire lineup of Team India, the lower order is fairly doing well. We saw Richa Ghosh Ghosh doing such wonderful job on the pitch, and especially at such a high pressurizing time when you are almost about to lose the match. The match can go anywhere. It can be anybody's game. But there, Richa Ghosh showed a lot of calm and composure. But again, Team India failed to deliver at that match against Team South Africa because that bowling, that combination was somewhere lacking, and there was the need to add a sixth bowler. Now, talking about this particular pitch, why there is a need to add the sixth bowler? Because this is a flat and dry surface at the ACA BDCA Stadium, and going against Team Australia is not at all an easy task. The pitch is also is a batter-friendly pitch, and going forward in the match, since this is a day-night format, this is going to assist the spinners as well. So Team India is now taking their learnings from that match, taking their takeaways from the South Africa match, and they are preparing against Team Australia going into that crucial encounter, and also planning to make those very important and needed changes which we can expect in tomorrow's playing 11. Narayan.
As you mentioned, Deepika, that the lower order is doing well, but our expectations were from Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, but the way they have the statures, Smriti Mandhana too, the way she played in the series against Australia before the World Cup, fantastic performance. But what really went wrong for the Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur? Because of their performance, our team is hampering. There is some, we can say that a big matter of worry for the Team India.
And that is the need for tomorrow. Tomorrow we are expecting Harmanpreet Kaur and Smriti Mandhana to deliver. You rightly said it that when India recorded that historic win by 102 runs against Australia in the second ODI at New Chandigarh, that was a huge victory, that too against Australia. And then we also saw Smriti Mandhana hitting again a century, her second consecutive and fastest century against Team Australia in DDCA Cricket Stadium in New Delhi as well in the third ODI against Australia. But when we talk about this match, Ellyse also said this fact that she's also looking forward to Harmanpreet Kaur, to Smriti Mandhana, because they can be the big guns for tomorrow's show. They can be the big cricketers who can really deliver, great match, great performance and great runs for Team India as well, which can stop Team Australia for a moment. But also considering their performance, what we saw in the matches, we saw that against Team Pakistan as well, that the top order failed to deliver at that point of time. We saw that against South Africa as well. Smriti Mandhana and Harmanpreet Kaur, they are focusing on the team game, but somewhere that big match pressure is there, which is, making them go off the track, because as you just said, that Smriti Mandhana has been delivering very well, and that was a special mention by Ellyse as well in the press conference. But again, all eyes, because this happens, this is an ODI format. The players, they sometimes tend to fail at the moment, to fail at the very crucial moment. But again, this is not a momentum which is going to continue for sure, because Sneha Rana, who had addressed the media persons at the pre-match press conference, she clarified that Team India is going to perform very aggressively going ahead against Australia tomorrow, and Team India is very well prepared. The conditioning, mental conditioning is also happening, and there are drills, there are proper training sessions which are currently ongoing with the team, and internal huddles are also taking place in the dressing room as well, because when they discuss about how to go about it, what approach to take on when they take on Team Australia is going to really matter a lot. So going ahead into tomorrow's match, they are confident that Harmanpreet Kaur and Smriti Mandhana are going to deliver.
Right.
And especially the top order of the playing 11. So let's see how team is going to deliver tomorrow, because this is a high pressure game, and very interestingly, the stadium is also sold out for tomorrow's match, and the expectations are really higher from the fans as well. Let's see how Team India is going to deliver, because we are expecting a big match from Smriti Mandhana, big runs from Harmanpreet Kaur, and of course Team India is also looking forward to deliver and beat Team Australia this time.
Definitely a big match for Team India, and really we can say that their initial two matches were not against the big guns of the game, but South Africa, Australia and England, the coming matches, they will see the big guns, how they strategize the things, how they make their strategy against the big teams like Australia, and we can say that when they will play England, it remains to be seen. Thanks Deepika for joining and giving a analysis of this all important match between India and Australia. Now, moving to the next story, the India versus West Indies. India's spinners dominated West Indies in the second test match, maintaining their strong position after captain Shubman Gill's impressive century on Saturday. West Indies ended the day at 140 for 4, trailing India by 378 runs at Delhi's Arun Jaitley Stadium. Left-arm spinner Ravindra Jadeja claimed 3 wickets, with Shehop scoring 31 and Tevin Imlach on 14 remaining at the crease at stump. Gill demonstrated exceptional leadership with an unbeaten 129, marking his 5th century of the year in the 8 test matches. This came after Yashasvi Jaiswal was dismissed for 175 early in the second day. West Indies began their response to India's declared total of 518 for 5, with Tagnerin Chandrapal and Ali Katanze showing brief resistance, scoring 34 and 41 respectively before their dismissals. Jadeja dismissed Chandrapal when KL Rahul caught his edge at slip, and Kuldeep Yadav then removed Tanze, following by Roston Chase's duck in the next over of Jadeja's bowling. So Australia in deep trouble. Meanwhile, Delhi and District Cricket Association Joint Secretary Amit Grover said that the lack of competitive balance in the Test cricket is not a healthy sign for the format. He emphasized the need to make the longest format more engaging and challenging. In an exclusive conversation with DD India, Amit Grover also lauded BCCI decisions to appoint Shubman Gill as India's ODI captain, calling it a bold and forward-looking move. The second test match between India and West Indies are underway at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi, and we saw the first match was an one-sided affair and the second match too approaching in the same way. And right now I'm joined by the Joint Secretary of the DDCA, Amit Groverji. Sir, a very warm welcome. We talk about the cricket right now, Test cricket, the way we saw first match and second match is also going in that way. So do you think that this one-sided affair, this lack of competition in the Test match is not good for the Test cricket?
Well, absolutely. Like we saw the India-England series, that was a nail-biting series, went on till the last session on the 5th day. That's the cricket that people are looking forward to. You know, the spectators want to come out and enjoy that kind of cricket. What we've seen here is that, you know, Test cricket getting over in 2.5 days doesn't really bode well for the growth of this format. As it is, this format is getting less and less number of spectators. We want more competitive cricket to come about, and the spectators come out and enjoy the game. So yes, definitely, we want this to go on at least in the 4th day or the 5th day. Yes.
So talking about the team, the ODI team, and now Gill has been given the responsibility of the captaincy in the ODI format too. And Rohit Sharma is the member of the team, Virat Kohli too. But do you see Rohit and Virat for the 2026-27 World Cup too as a player?
Let's see, they both are phenomenal players. If they have fantastic fitness, if they are able to score well, they're able to beat the new young crop that's coming in. Why not? Why not? And Shubman Gill coming in as the ODI captain, I think BCCI has done a very logical and a very bold step to have, a long continuity from Test cricket to one days, and hopefully, to make him the vice captain of T20. I think that this bodes well for Indian cricket. He's a youngster performing very well, and giving him that responsibility early on in almost all the formats really definitely bodes well for us.
So talking about the Delhi Premier League, the way in the recent times we saw many wonderful players are coming out from the Delhi, playing in the IPL for the Indian team too. So the Delhi Cricket League, especially the Premier League, the way the things are happening, how you look this brand, how the level of competition is helping the budding and young players?
Well, absolutely. Delhi Premier League has created a platform where a lot of these young cricketers who did not have the opportunity to come and play, to show their class, to come out and play and perform. And once they perform, IPL teams, their coaches, they're coming out and looking at these youngsters and picking them up for IPL teams and for other formats. So this has been a phenomenal success for us, and all thanks to Mr. Jaitley, whose brainchild this was, to bring it about and put this whole format together. Yeah.
Definitely, the way things are going in the Delhi cricket, the way IPL has seen that it's a big brand. In the same way, DPL is also doing a wonderful job, giving a numerous wonderful players to the Indian Premier League as well as the Indian team. Hopefully, this good work by the DDCA will continue and will give more better players and the more world-class players to India, so that the bench strength of the Indian cricket team will shine at the world stage. With camera person Saurav, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi. Meanwhile, Dr. Rajesh Prasad Gupta, an orthopedic and the sports medicine expert, is overseeing the medical and the injury-related matters for the second test match between India and West Indies at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. Speaking to DD India, he emphasized that the most sports injuries can be prevented through proper training, technique and physical condition. The second test match between India and West Indies is underway at the Arun Jaitley Stadium in Delhi. And right now, I'm joined by the orthopedic and sports medicine expert, Dr. Rajesh Prasad Gupta. Sir, very warm welcome. Sir, you are here for this event.
Yeah, I am here for this events and complete this tournament here going on as an orthopedic and a sports medicine specialist. So I will take care here if any injury will happen.
So talking about the injuries in sports, so how as a sports medicine expert and the orthopedic expert, how the injuries problems are in the sports is a big problem.
In sports, injuries are really big problem. Some injuries are acute injuries, some injuries are overuse injuries, and in cricket, particularly hamstrings sprain, then knee injuries like ACL injuries and ankle sprain. These are the most common injuries that we have to prevent, basically.
So talking about the injury in sports, we saw that many teams suffer because of their key players are not fit, because they are injured, and that's why we can say they lose the momentum at the right juncture. So as a sports medicine expert and the orthopedic surgeon, so how do you think that the injuries can be controlled so that the teams can get, we can say that should not suffer from such things?
For that, any player has to take proper training, like they have to prevent from the overuse injuries, warm up, cooling down, strength training program, agility exercise. All these exercises are very important, and twisting in the muscles, basically all these things are important to prevent the injuries.
So definitely, so overall, so what advice you will give to budding players so that they can just avoid the injuries and they can prolong their careers?
By proper training, proper technique, fair play. When you're in the field, that time they have to take care, basically.
Definitely, as Dr. Rajesh Prasad Gupta is saying that with proper technique, with proper training, the athletes definitely can avoid the injuries and prolong their career. With camera person Saurav, Narayan Singh, DD India, Delhi. Indian Oil, the energy of India, is not only fueling the nation's growth since its inception, but also serving the Indian sports. For over 3 decades, Indian Oil has been a steadfast torchbearer for the Indian sports, igniting the flame of athletic excellence across the nation and nurturing the sporting talent through different programs. Indian Oil is supporting the athletes participating in the ongoing BWF World Junior Championship taking place in Guwahati with an aim to empower and fuel the next generation of badminton champions. Chairman of the Indian Oil, A.S. Sahne, sums up Indian Oil's contribution to Indian sports. Take a listen.
As Indian Oil, we are proud to be associated with these kind of sporting events. This is not the only one. We are supporting not only badminton but other sports also. We are supporting hockey in a very big way. We are supporting para-athletics in a very big way. We are supporting golf in a very certain big way. We are supporting a very different kind of, and we see sports not only as a sponsorship event. We don't see sports only as a event. We see sports as an effort towards nation building. We see sports as an effort towards more discipline, more commitment, more dedicated workforce.
And the FIFA President Gianni Infantino visited Ottawa, Canada to meet the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and discuss the preparation for the next year's FIFA World Cup. Infantino presented Prime Minister with a ticket for the opening game in the Toronto next summer and thanked him for his support as a co-host for the tournament. Canada will host 13 matches next summer along with co-hosts Mexico and the United States. Carney said all of the all of Canada is excited and honored to be part of the World Cup as he presented Infantino with a sculpture of the football during the visit to Canada's parliament. So that's all in this edition of the Match Point on DD India. For all the international updates, keep watching DD India. Namaskar.
So now you can't talk about British imperialism in India without talking about the East India Company.
Britain is just dotted with the visible representations of loot from India.